Drop the Spotlight. We're here live at New York City Comic Con with the man, the myth, and the legend, Mr.
How are you doing today? Thanks for giving me the time. I appreciate it.
No problem, Mr. Todd Mcfarlane, guys.
Thanks. Like I said, it's a busy, as you can see behind us, busy New York Comic Con, right? 2019. Just getting busier and busier. Tomorrow, Saturday, is going to be crazy, right? I mean, because Thursday, Friday have been really busy. And so it's just going to be manic, and then maybe you and I will survive all the way through Sunday if we keep it up.
Oh, yes. Get your life jackets out right now, guys. It's going to be a canoe ride.
That's it. So.
Awesome. So, other than New York City Comic Con, what other Comic Cons have you been that you have enjoyed?
It's interesting. I don't really do a lot of comic conventions, but because, this was the year with issue 300 of Spawn and 301 setting a record here coming out on Wednesday, I've been out sort of, promoting it a little bit. So I did Boston maybe about 6 weeks ago, and then I did Toronto, and then now I'm here. And then obviously I did San Diego. So that's 4 in a short period of time. I don't even usually do 4 in a year. I usually do maybe 1, 2 a year at the most. So yeah.
Awesome. Speaking of Spawn 301, congratulations on being in the Guinness Book of Records. How do you feel about that?
Good, but there's a lot of easier records you can go after. It's like if you have eat the most hamburgers in one day, you can get a Guinness Book of World Record. This one took 27 years. So I don't know if most people want to go for the 27-year records when you can do these one-day records, which is jump the furthest or run the fastest. Those are one-day jobs. But when we started Image Comic Books in 1992, the goal was to have a character that could, hopefully be successful and in the long run outlast me and my life, right? So there was never going to be a time where I wasn't going to do them. And then when I got to about issue 200, 150, 200, I went, man, you know what? That Dave Sim did 300. We got a chance. We're going to go. We're going to get past it. Here's the thing, though. 301, I still got lots of energy. We're going to keep going. And so, I mean, as long as I have my health, there's no reason why I can't get that number literally to be double that, to get up to 600, right? Which would be over 50 years of my life. And then nobody's going to want to do that record, that's for sure. So, yeah.
Keeping that record intact.
Yeah, well, because people go, that's a stupid record. Why am I going to spend 50 years trying to break a record when I can just go over there and do something a week? Right? Take the week record. Don't worry about the 50-year record. Because what happens if you get hit by a bus in year 46? You don't break the record, and you had 46 years you put into it, and you don't have any record. So, anyways, I'm just going to keep doing like I said, the goal was to create ideas and a character or characters that would live past my lifetime. That was, I mean, I've said it hundreds of times in the 30, 40 years of my life that I've been in this business, that, when I look at Walt Disney, right, he created Mickey Mouse, and Mickey Mouse is still here, but Walt isn't, right? And now even, the guy who created, let's say, the Joker, or the people who, now Stan Lee, my good friend, he's no longer with us. He helped co-create a bunch of those Marvel characters. Spider-Man, Steve Ditko and Jack Kirby and Stan Lee are all gone. But Spider-Man is thriving, right? So is it possible for Spawn to be one of those characters that actually is more popular afterwards, after I die and smarter people than me are driving them? Well, hopefully.
Yeah, that's the goal, just to keep our tradition going, keep our lineage going.
Right. Well, I call them creative children. And just like your own children, you hope that your children outlive you. So I'm hoping that all these characters, all these ideas will go for decades and decades past my lifetime. So.
Well, that's great to hear. Great to hear. Another question. Well, growing up, I enjoyed the Spawn comics, the video game on Super Nintendo, as well as the movie as well. Me and Handsome, we used to go out there and just chill like that. Now with this new generation coming up, learning and knowing about Spawn, and now with the movie coming up, our golden era, will this become the new silver era for Spawn?
Well, not only, I mean, there's a potential for Spawn, but I think for so many other books and characters, and here's why. because DC is owned by Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers are gonna do all their comics, right? And then Disney owns Marvel; they're gonna do all their comic movies and TV shows, right? And so the question is, then what about everybody else? Everybody else that wants to do comic books is gonna have to now look beyond Marvel and DC. And so anybody that's doing, you can see all these booths here, besides Image Comic Books, you got lots and lots of booths that are doing all these comics. And I think it's a good time for like independent comic books and ideas to basically now get big corporations to say, hey, we're going to look at you guys way more serious because we got locked out of the big boys, right? So that means then they're going to go down the pecking order, and they're going to have to look at it. I keep telling people, the top 100 books are, if you're not Marvel and DC, excuse me, if you're not Warner Brothers or Disney, the top 100 comic books you can't get, because 95 of them are Marvel or DC, and the other 5 are books that have already been optioned in Hollywood. So if you're a $1 billion corporation right now, forget a producer in Hollywood, if you're a $1 billion corporation and you want to go and get the most popular, in terms of ranking, most popular book that's still available, you can't even touch a top 100. You can't even touch a top 100. So that means if you do a comic book that's 120, 140, 180, 200, and you get rid of all the Marvel and DCs, you're still going to be a top 10 book to literally hundreds and hundreds of companies and producers that are looking for content to put on TV and video games and movies and music and everything else. So it's a good time. It's a good time. You don't have to be number 5 anymore. You can be number 205, and that's a good number.
Yes, very, very good number. And with all that coming out, I know years ago you did a crossover for Batman. Yeah. Is there another comic that you're looking at, maybe do another crossover in the future with Spawn?
We don't have it on the plan, but if I ever did one, it would probably be another Spawn Batman, or maybe someday I'll do a Spawn Spidey, right? All the people who've lamented for 25 years, going, Todd, I wish I loved your Spider-Man. That maybe someday I'll go. It's time. Let's have Spider-Man and Spawn together. It might be cool, right? So yeah,
that'd be fun. The web slinger going around, and Spawn just like
here you can hang on to my cape, right? We're good. I'll take you for a ride. But I just posted on Instagram. I just posted a drawing I did of Spider-Man, and the likes on it blew up because it just shows that people are still going, oh, Todd, you're Spider-Man. I wish I could see it again.
Awesome. Great to hear. Great to hear. I know a lot of people out there are trying to create their own comics, create their own stories, create their own images. What words do you have for those individuals that are trying to make it out there in the realm of pop culture? On
the one level, from the dad in me is saying, if you don't do your first issue, your first attempt at it, I'm going to tell you right now, you got a 100% chance of never getting it made. So if you don't do it, you will never ever get it made. That would be 100%, I guarantee you. Number 2, once you get in, if you don't want to do the work, you're just making it easy for a guy like me to basically not have competition, right? I mean, all of us in this room will admit that we're not the best at what we do, right? And the more competition we have, then the harder it is for us. But if people don't want to do the work, if you're a young person, you don't want to do the work, you're just going to make my job easy. So the dad part of me is saying, go and do the work, please, go do the work. The entrepreneur Todd side of me is going, I hope you never do the work, so I never have to compete with you. Like this is a weird thing. I can be the 10th best artist in a room and still get the job if the 9 people that are better than me don't raise their hand when somebody says who wants a job. I'll get the job because I'll raise my hand, and I'm the worst artist in that room, but all the other 9 didn't raise their hand, and so I get the job, and people go, oh my God, I love your work. And there's 10 other people that would have been better than me. So I don't know. I can't make people do their work. I can't make people take their ideas and put it on paper. I can't do any of that. So I'll just give you the encouraging words. If you do it, you can do it for 20, 30 years.
Take the opportunity, you know, pull it up,
Right.
enjoy it.
Yeah, Nike came up with the slogan. It works. Just do it. Right? It's a
Yeah.
I wish I came up with the slogan. It's a good one. Yeah.
Exactly. And last question, last question. Where can our fans find you on social media to stay up to date with all what Todd's doing?
We've got you know, I've got Facebook, we're Twitter, Instagram, and a couple other places. We have our website, spawn.com, McFarlane.com. But if you just do a search in any one of those places, put in my name, the official version of those will cut. You know, they have check marks next to them. They'll come up, and we post a lot of pictures, a lot of drawings. I do videos, I do goofy stuff. So we like to have a little bit of fun on it.
Awesome, great to hear. Thank you so much for the interview, Todd. Guys, come out here to New York City Comic Con. Come see Todd. Come talk to him. Come have some fun, and let's take every opportunity you can get.
Be good. Thanks.